Okay, today is November the 6th, 2016. Right now at 4:15 p.m. in the foothills, we have a temperature of 70 degrees. The relative humidity is 51%. The dew point is 51 degrees, and we have a barometric pressure reading of 30.02 inches. And we're looking at the western U.S. water vapor map. And we can see a giant storm here. This is a 961 millibar storm. This was moving yesterday towards the United States. Now it's been redirected because there's high pressure. We can see all this clockwise rotation right here. There's high pressure being forced into this area, and that is going to redirect this storm up and away, and now it's pointed to the north. But we still have a jet stream flow right here moving right into California. And if we take a look at this in the rainbow map, we can see a lot of moisture moving into California. The problem is we have extremely heavy chemtrail spraying today in Southern California, and the sky is a complete whiteout. And so this is about the fourth storm of the season that has been blocked and chemtrailed, and the rain has been prevented. We have a huge opportunity for rain right here, and we can see a right angle forming on this system right here towards the end of the loop. And by the end of the night, we'll see a right angle forming on that system. What they're trying to do is to separate this moisture from getting into the core of the system, and we can see that right here is where that is taking place, all through here. If you go to the big map, you can get a better eye of what's happening, a better view here. We can see there's a transmitter right in this area, which is separating the jet stream flow from feeding directly into that storm system. And there's a transmitter focused right on top of this core. We can see the incredible turbulence. We can see counterclockwise rotation here, but clockwise all through here. Let's go back to that other map, and we can see all this turbulent clockwise rotation. They're forcing microwave energy into the core of this system. The storm should have a nice clean spiral like you would see on the top of a seashell. Well, when the transmitters are modifying the weather, we see all this turbulent clockwise rotation in a storm system that should be purely counterclockwise. The entire rotation should be counterclockwise, and there should be no clockwise rotation anywhere inside of this vortex. And so that's what we're seeing all through here. There's 2 or 3 spots here which are actually spinning clockwise down here, right here, and right over here, it looks like. All right, let's take a look at this in the rainbow loop. We have the jet stream that's moving basically right into California. If you look at the jet stream map, you can see that flow is moving right into Oregon and Northern California, and actually moving down sort of in a southeasterly direction. All right. And we can see a transmitter right here has broken up the flow of the jet stream. The moisture is being evaporated in this area, and that will prevent any of that from getting into the core of this system. Okay, so I think I mentioned this is about the fourth major system of the season, which has been blocked, killed off, at least for California. This is going to be moving back up towards Alaska. Now, if we look at the Doppler map, we can see that there's really nothing happening in California anywhere except for offshore. Right here, you got Eureka and a few other cities right along the northern coast. That's about it. But tonight on the news, if anybody watches the news, the weather, the local weather in Los Angeles, they will not show this. This will not be shown on any of the weather reports tonight. Doesn't matter if you watch CBS, KCBS, KNBC, KABC, KTLA, KCAL 9. They will not show this on the satellite report. This is too big. This is a giant storm. And people would begin to wonder, well, geez, what's going on with our weather? We have a huge weather system offshore. Why aren't we getting rain? And what's this rectangular thing doing there in the center? What's that all about? So this is why the weather people don't show us anything. Okay, here's the surface analysis map. We can see the 961 millibar storm. It's now it's moving towards the north. This is going to spiral around and then head back to the north west. It looks like right now. We have high pressure right here. Very strong high pressure. Everything's moving clockwise. That will block all that weather. Now here's a shot of the southwest. This is a water vapor loop. You can see that moisture moving in. And this stuff has just completely been sprayed over. We've got very, very heavy, extremely heavy chemtrail spraying going on. All right. Saw this map, but we'll look at it again because of the size of that storm. It's a gigantic storm. And look at all of these chemtrails again. This is really something. All right. Here's the surface pressure analysis map. Sea level pressure. Got a closed low right here. And we have this high pressure that's been parked, installed in place right down here. And also right over the southwest, we have high pressure. And a lot of squiggly lines, which indicates varying degrees of high and low pressure all mixed together. We've got transmitters on the ground that are busy breaking up all this moisture as it tries to organize at the surface level. Here's the 500 millibar map. You see that low pressure, closed low storm. That was moving right towards the west coast until about 1 day ago. Here's the 500 millibar map. Same thing. We see a lot of squiggly lines through here. Back to the 500, we see the same thing here on the 500 millibar map. Squiggly lines. Same thing on the 300, all through here. Okay, so that is the report. Just a lot of chemtrail spraying, and the reason for that is that we got this jet stream flow moving right into California. And this will continue probably for another day. And so we will do another update tomorrow, and we can expect to see more chemtrails tomorrow as this flow continues for the next day probably. All right, that's it.